Good morning. This is our farewell today. And I should just do one thing. Thank you very much and give you all the signs of appreciation. Mateusz must get the volume up. Shh, this is too loud. Better? Can you hear me all? Great. Once more. I have it memorized. This meeting was great. I'm really grateful for you for showing up and the amazing work you've performed. Last night we had 2 hours more of completed material than last year. It was 4 years last year and 6 hours this year. Incredible increase in your productivity and initiative. There were so many pearls in this showing last night. I don't want to judge being a graduate of film school, people who are in my age bracket give them grades, but they follow their own views, aesthetic views. And this is a new generation. And this is your public and audience, and you have the right to experiment. And in the filmmaker's life, this is really the only place, the film school, and none of the film schools understands this. Almost none of them understands the difference between audiovisual work, between the creator and work. When it comes to music and painting, you have tools, paints. When it comes to audiovisual artists, is a mountain of money. So where are they supposed to experiment? Where do they have the space to shape their identity? Well, in film schools they can't. It's because they are being evaluated and pigeonholed into a system of work that is not very effective. I'm saying this with full conviction. I did 70 movies in 14 countries. What we see on the screen, sometimes the film is better, sometimes it's worse, but no one looks closer at the difference between countries and how the money is used. In the United States, the inefficiency is about 40%. That's because of the unions. In Poland, we were very cheap. We during the socialist era, and then the system got worse, and we started simply copying the Western elements. And I'm asking the question, if you can produce such wonderful work gets done here during the week, what's going on for the rest of the year? You have amazing potential. You are amazing artists, most of you, many of you. But you know what yesterday TV showed 365 days, which is soft porn. There were millions watching that. But nobody knows about these films, and they'll never find out. And this is one thing you should keep in mind. Presently, as I said at the beginning, and I'm reminding you this, we all have to be merchants. We have to promote, fight to be noticed. You won't exist. And that's how it's always been. It's not just now with internet and with a flood of movies being created that this somehow changes things. It makes it even worse. The predators who seek your attention, there's so many more of them. They get great streaming movies being created. They impose certain methods and selections. And based on algorithms. And there's a very narrow field to experiment. So I'm thinking, what is MasterCard going to do in response to those great ads that we saw? They're a breath of fresh air compared to normal ads. But it's normal for big corporation that they use network of agencies, and that's a roadblock. It's really inconceivable for them to do something like what we saw. For some money which they paid, they let us do something. We have an anniversary, and we will show it here on the little cinema screen. On one hand, while I'm thanking you, I'm also reminding you what the game is played, what game is being played. And the poster, which is maybe gaudy a bit, maybe has that cheap aesthetic in it. But one movie that touched me last night was Apocalyptic Cinema. It was a film about which moment of history we're finding ourselves, possibilities, but also threats. It's revolution now. I hate this word, actually. We have to be aware, however, that you must tackle this. Over the last 9 days, you've been producing emotions that we saw, and we heard the applause, laughter, common fun. And this kind of work is the type of work which should be associated at Expo. That an artist under some weight works poorly. Why do they make tests? Why do they check the money in American movies? Well, it's their responsibility. It's different to make a money, different stress when you make a movie for a few 100,000 and a few 100 million, and we all feel we are somehow responsible for these huge sums of money, which paralyzes us. We end up doing something that's worse. The rehearsals here, without financial strings, and then rehearsals when money was involved, was completely different, because everyone was very, very, very anxious, stressed. And when making this movie was successful because of this atmosphere here. Well, Mek also found a wife. I also was told that Plenary is responsible for some children being born. We really don't keep track of this, but I'm asking you at this time to fill out a survey, and please don't make notes about your night conquest, but give us your opinion and give us some thoughts about our event here. I didn't have a huge idea for this. Simply teaching in different schools, I got to the point where I they're doing it the wrong way, and I thought I should be teaching through work. And the idea was that the Swiss and the Germans wrote a screenplay and then they came, and then here 15 people together shot the film. Back then we couldn't see each other on the internet 20 years ago. All year they were working on the screenplay, and then when they found out who they were in real life, they said, "Oh, that's you." And then they came to Hell and Peninsula, and later on, people from original participants kept coming in, and we had to come up with an idea how to harness this energy. And what you're watching, and that the product of the last 9 days is also a product of the original meeting, which you see on this picture. And that's such a big meeting now compared to the beginnings. Work together. Look at a small thing. Look at the limits between different genres that were staked last night. There were a few which were intergenre movies. Last year we had an animation. I liked it a lot because from animation it turned into a real action movie, and there's a chance for new language to gain new audience. I remind you of Komasa's movie, and you have this animated final sequence. Sitting in your own bubble works against you. The reason you have different groups here is to have the activity that exists here. I didn't see much effect of working between genres. Just like in a drama movie, very often while making a drama movie, let's say a psychological drama, and we use means from different genres, other genres. Pierre Janot, he studied action movies because that's how he had first sequence, even though there was no shots made. He uses that language, borrowing from other worlds, from other specializations, means that you discover new Americas, new continents, and I'll be damned, you'll get to the point where you have the AI hype is the feeling of fear and anxiety is justified, but one that for you in Europe and people who don't have the means, don't have the funds, it's an amazing opportunity. I look at it smiling, looking at movies no AI. These were great humorous attempts, but you can't ignore it. You won't be able to stay away from it, or you will be kind of isolated in your cul-de-sac. And remember that you have a very potent tool in your hand, and to make this tool work, to be on the list of unforgettable films. So regardless whether you make a good or bad movie, you have to find a way to reach the audience. I'll remind you a story. You can't have an audience just coming to see the movie. The audience has to run with you, has to anticipate what you do. Immersing the audience should be much stronger than in video games now. People should be so tied to the stories that you show that they could not be torn away from them. You have the tools for it. Don't end up this way. While looking at my film school list, the colleagues, when I looked at that list, maybe 3 or 4 people had any kind of career, and there were 30 of us. You are getting into a very difficult activity. The only way you conquer the world is that you have this power of egoism, but you have to involve egos of others to it as well. And finding a partner is one way, which I highlighted before. And finding a partner here is one thing you can do. You never end your education. You can send your movie school diploma, you can send it to your mom so she can hangs on her wall. And you gotta be learning, and you'll be learning all your life. The traditional system of education that you're used to over the generations is over. It doesn't exist anymore. The acceleration that we feel, we have to share the time between work and education. All the time you have to keep your finger on the pulse, because then otherwise you'll get swept off to the wayside. I call this Spring Open the sandbox of innovation. It's not only you who were learning, also your tutors were learning at the same time. All of us, from time to time. I watch the lectures. I don't make movies. I've learned a lot. It's really involving me. I want to know. You have universe in front of you, and I hope you take advantage of this universe. We'd like to honor the people. The money is not great. It's not about the money. And those who worked with us, and Beata, all of you know her. For many years with us, as well as Helena, who helps with office works. Kasia's not here, but she's in Warsaw, and she's doing the bookkeeping. Andrzej Walk is a great artist. He was the best stereographer in Europe. Germans couldn't stand that the biggest German movie in 3D was done by a Polish stereographer, Andrzej Walk. He was the best. Unfortunately, the producers destroyed the way we watch the movies this way. Tomasz Babic, his technical support, he deals with hardware. Paweł Gunia, many years with us, first time at the festival. Except for the moment, these lenses, which were temporarily lost, they have resurfaced, I can tell you, which is great news, because I had somewhat of a headache because of our insurance premiums would have skyrocketed if this was to be reimbursed. We get educational funds, and the insurance, they're open knife with the officials when they hear about it. Rafał is here for the first time, and he specializes in astrophotography. He had a great lecture. Thank you for your work. Everyone was quite happy with this, and thank you for being here. Adam Strzelecki, he, apart from lecturing in the group AI group. He did his making of for many years with us. Super specialist. You had a lot experts, but I recommend it wholeheartedly. Arkadiusz made the photography for making of, and Łukasz for the first time here. I thank you very much for your work. All the monsters that you used without Marian would not have been possible. He is a master of body painting, and he's well known for it. Marian Dominika is not here. She's an actress. She helps with online education. I wanted to remind you that we have a service of online education that's in place. If you have an idea as to what course you want to organize, but you gotta come up with one. We don't really have money for it. We organize this. We don't take any money. We get the 10% that we withhold is the organizer. It's just costs. The foundation really makes no money on this. Any idea that you have and anything that you'd like to do, because education is crucial, write to us. We'll try to organize this. Mateusz is not here, but he sets up the network. It's a bit weak, but it's really not something he can fix. Piotr Janicki and Patrick, his son, they're in charge of editing room. Piotr is really a programmer, the website and everything. When it comes to AI, when it comes to programming work, it's from him. Behind the most crowded part of the plenary is the storage room for the hardware. Eryk Augustyński, long-term partner, a creative partner for me, was Victoria and Tomasz Banaś. Thank you very much. Thank them with applause. Mateusz, he lets us use his own private equipment. He works here in local governments. He's a council member, and some officials come from the city and they're expressed their support, which never happened before. Right after this, I'm going to see the president of the city, and I'm going to talk about things. For example, the hotel, it's a bad situation. This hotel is too expensive for you. This used to be a hotel of Jagiellonian University, but now we have a private owner, and we have a private owner who is very supportive of us and friendly, but he's investing huge money, and he tries to set the prices according to the market, and our discount, the discounts we get from him are just not sufficient. Maybe the president might help us. Mateusz, I really thank you. Alan Zając helps with him, and behind your back, the stream, Artur Przybysz for the last 3 years with us, Mateusz Wilk, for many years here in Plenary, and the whole group of volunteers. I'm very grateful and thank you. And I'll ask. I thank Chris also for his logistics assistance. The plenary wouldn't exist without Marta Dalecka. There's no weekends, there is no overtime. Marta is always ready to help It's an amazing work. 50-something firms. You beg for money a whole year. If you ever send an application for European funding, it makes you puke, and maybe you work on it, you put a comma in the wrong place, and it comes back rejected. It's frustrating. This sentence is very, very true still. It's up to you where this avalanche goes. It's not for profit. You show that it's possible. It's amazing amount. How is it possible to make so much stuff in 9 days? And I'm aware that many projects were already somewhat ready, but many were 100% created here. I like to ask you for applause from our sponsoring firms. I bow. That's it. That's the end. Thank you very much.